Hey y'all, so this is for the new project that we're going to be working on. And I've already did my text in here. I usually don't design in here, but I'm trying to do a few things in here for some people who only have design space to create with. So I did this text because it takes, I don't know why, but ever since I've had this design space program, it always takes a long time for text to load up. And I'm assuming it's because I have a lot of fonts. I don't know, but every time I try to do a text, a name or whatever, it does the most. So anyway, I went on and loaded that up. But this is for the glitter or the earrings that if you use the scrapbook paper that's already printed. So this is just a little quick tutorial for to show you what else you could do with it. So in Design Space they have all different shapes. You can work with butterflies, people, whatever you want to do. Wherever you get your shapes from, that's fine. If you just want to do basic stuff, then you can just use what they have here in Design Space. So we're going to start out. I'm going to make it big for now so you can see what I'm doing. So for now, I'm going to make this about a 7-inch circle. And I think I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that and go ahead and cut the hole out. I'm going to make that about a 0.3. Oh, I was doing that in position. 0.3. Let's go at 0.4 since that's a little big. So, okay, I don't have guys or anything on, so I'm going to just eyeball it. About 3.5 here. Okay. And I'm going to just go ahead and slice that out. Okay, and for the text, I want to go ahead and add an offset. And I want to make sure there are no cutouts in between here. So I want to make sure the offset is big enough that it doesn't leave this cutouts in between these. So we want a full, we want a full coverage. And I'm going to apply that. So I'm going to take this and place it in front. Okay, you put it where you want it at. This is all up to you. You put it where you will want it to be over your earring. And then you're going to group this and make a duplicate. We're going to turn that one off. And why we made a duplicate is so if you mess up something, you can come back to, you have a clean copy to go back to. So you might want to go ahead and name it and save it, whatever the name is on the earring, or you can name it so you can use it as a base file. You can keep working with the same one. It's up to you. So once you get that done, let's ungroup it. And in here, we're going to make a duplicate of this, and we're going to turn that off for now. And we can select both of these and move them. Now, if you're going to do like the basic, let me show you, I'm going to show you both ways. So this is going to be the basic way. So let's just say you're going to do this in, let's go ahead and make it maybe gold. Let's say you're going to do it in gold glitter. Okay, you want to have that circle there. And so you're going to take this and make a duplicate. Put it back where you said you were going to place it on the earring. Select both of these and slice. Delete that. Send this to the back. Delete that. Now, the reason why we took that out is because for these earrings, you're not going to do any, if you're not going to do any epoxy resin, all you need to do is just spray with clear coat, and that will like hold the glitter on there so it won't shed a lot or whatever. So in order to do that, I took this out so this will lay in here flat. So you will have no extra issues because you're not using epoxy. If you glue this to the top, if you don't take this piece out and you glue this to the top, you could run into the risk of it popping off or falling off or whatever. So removing this, and then you have, let's cut this other one on that the duplicate we made. Let's turn this white. So say this is the white, this is representing the white cardstock or the watercolor sheet that I told you all about in the group. So when you take the glitter piece and let's move this to the back, and you glue this to the top of that, this white piece is exposed. Because this is going to do a great, when you Mod Podge it and glue it together, it's going to seal perfectly, just like we do all the other layers, because it's paper to paper. And if you didn't have this cut out, then you're gluing paper to glitter. And we do that with nameplates because we use epoxy or resin, and it's going to stick it either way it goes once it comes into contact with the paper and the glitter. So it's going to stick it down. But since you won't be coating this with epoxy, I'm telling you how to do it without having to do the epoxy. Then you could do it like this. But if you're going to use epoxy, then you don't have to cut this out. So now that the paper is exposed, you can take this shadow piece and glue it directly in the area where you cut it out. So let's say that was silver. And then let's say this is going to be gold. Glitter. All of this is glitter. You can do it with foil. You can do it however you want to. I'm just saying it for the purpose of this video. And you glue that to the top. Now, if this is going to be if you want, you can use foil or whatever. If you want to do it in layers, then you can duplicate this. If you want this to stand up off the earring, give it a little 3D effect, then you could duplicate that, and then you can cut that. I need to do it black so you can see it, but you could cut that in the white watercolor paper or cardstock layers as well, and then glue it to here. Just use a little extra glue, or you can put E6000 in the center. That way it will hold it to this, because this is going to be glitter too. If you use foil, then you won't have no problem. Or you can take this and you can select that. I have, let me show you you might can't see what it's doing on here. So let me cut this off, and I'm in the group. So let me cut that off, and let me cut that off. So now I have this over here where it fits. And you can select these both, and you can slice that out as well. So if you move that, cut that off. Now we cut this on. This. So we cut that on, and that's your white layer. And then you glue the glitter cardstock to that. Then you glue the outline of the text to that in silver glitter. And then you can use whatever color glitter you're going to use, gold or whatever, and glue it to that. That way everything is gluing to paper. Paperbacks are gluing to paperbacks. If you get that, if you're not going to epoxy, all your paper, the backings of your paper will be glued to another sheet of paper and not to glitter, if that makes sense. And you could do any color glitter you want. And with that 140 pounds, you could do one layer or you could do two layers. So if you want to do two layers, just make another white layer or another circle layer for your white and cut two from your watercolor paper. And the other version, if you could do all of this, and then you can grab a square, unlock it, place it where you want, and select the square and your gold piece and hit slice, or the triangle and your gold piece and hit slice. And I'm just going to weld these two back together so it's back to the oh. Yeah, let me just delete that. I don't need it. So now you could make this part red. Let's say you want to make that red. So now you have a half and half, and then you can put your silver glitter down, and then you can put your name down in gold glitter. You can even half the name up if you want to. It's totally up to you. I would like to see what you all come up with.